product sales like drugstores and all other items that someone might have in his or her shop. But basically, it is developed to help pharmacies and also licensed over-the-counter drug sellers to be able to manage and take their inventories as well as their daily transactions in their various shops. Without wasting my time, let's launch the system right away. This is the system on my desktop. So I will just right-click that and allow it to open. Now you can see that the system is launched, and you can see the interface to Roson Joseph's pharmacy management system. Now this is the administrator, username, password. So I'll need to enter my password and my username to log into the system. So for the sake of this demonstration, I would like to just display the username and the password for you to see. But you can't have access to it. So after that, I can change everything. Yeah, so this is my username. So apart from this demonstration, my password can be set to prevent people from seeing it. Okay, I can add what we call maxed. And when I add max to the password, when I am typing, you will only be seeing stars. But for the sake of this demonstration, I will just allow you to see the password, though you can't have access to it. Now, if I want to launch or log in, I will click on log in. If I want to cancel, I'll click on cancel. So I want to log into my system. And when you log into the system, this is the interface you will see. Here is the sales. Display is the purchase PV. This aspect is reorder. This aspect is expenses, stock, suppliers, debtors, reports, and then copyright. This aspect is developer, the number of drug stores or drug details. This aspect is also the manager. Now, if I go to sales and click on sales, a form will open for me to start transaction. Now, the first aspect of it is the registration or the receipt number. We have the customer name, mobile number, drug name, category, product, code, batch number, manufacturing date, expiring date, quantity, price, supposed amount payables, and that of the balance. Now, this aspect is where the sales boy or the sales lady probably will use. Remember, I log into a system as an administrator. The administrator has access to all the functionalities of the system, but the same person will not have access to places like updating or stocking products. The salesperson only has the opportunity to sell the products, but cannot control the system in any form. So I have logged in as the administrator or the manager, and we'll be able to manipulate the system the way I want. So if the person comes to buy the product, I will just need to enter the name. Let's say the name is this. The number, the phone number of the person. All right, so here I will need to look for the brother person by paracetamol. And paracetamol is a tablet. Now, in the case of, I have added this feature for products that have barcodes. But in the case of the medicine, most of them are local ones and they don't have the barcode. So this aspect I will skip. But if your product have barcode scan, you will need to just let your cursor be here. Then you point the scanner on the product QR code and hit on. And the moment you point on it, all the code on the product will appear here. Then you press or you hit on any of the keys or enter key, then it will display all the properties of the product. So that is how the barcode aspect works. And you can see that product codes, but the drugs do not have product codes. Okay, most of them, except those ones that are from foreign countries. But our local, most of the local drugs are not having barcodes. So here is I will need to pick the batch number, and this one aspect is the manufacturing date. And you can see the manufacturing date is over there. This one is also the expiring date. Now, when I do all that, what I will need to do is that I will now go to enter the quantity the person is buying. So let's say the person is buying 10 cities. And here, you can see that that drug is 50 Ghana cedis. Now, the supposed amount the person is supposed to pay is 70 Ghana cedis. Okay, so here, what you need is how much is the person paying. Maybe the person doesn't have all the money to pay, the person only pay 10 cities. So I enter 10 cities there. You can see that the balance has automatically come as 60 Ghana cedis. So you mean the person only had 10 cities to pay. Okay, so this is how this aspect works. So if I want, I will just save this person transaction. I click on the save. If I want to print the receipt for the person, I'll click on print receipt. Then I'll enter the receipt number. This is one. There's any key. And you can see the printer property has come. So as the printer property has come, I'll just click on OK. And it wants me to save the receipt. The moment I just save it, go by there, it will try to print the receipt. I will need to save because of the records. You can see that this is how the receipt is going to be like. However, you need to also have what we call the thermal printers. They are those ones that we usually use to print receipts of this nature. So that is how the point of sale or the sale entries form is going to look like. Now, if I want to delete record, I'll just click on delete, and they are all gone. They say I am about to delete one record, so I click yes. So that record is gone. Okay, so if I want to refresh my system, I'll just click on update. Then I'll upload this form. Now, this aspect is also the purchase PV. If you ordered for the products and you want to issue a PV, at least you will need to take your documentations. First of them is the supplier ID, the supplier name, company name, supplier number, address, purchase number, order amount, amount paid, receipt number, then that of balance. So when that is done, you click on save to save the record. If you want to add a new one, you click on this plus sign, or update, or you delete. So this is how it is. This aspect to upload this PV form. Now we also have the reorder form here. If you click on reorder, it also opens a table for you to enter the purchase number, invoice number, supply name, drug name, batch number, current quantity deficit, and then you save, go to next, or whatever that you want to do and proceed. Because of time, I'll just run through. And this is also your expenses. Maybe as you are making your transactions at the shop, you have other expenses that come out of your daily or your monthly or weekly or yearly sales. So you need to take notice of your expenses. So at the end of it, you'll be able to track out your losses and your gain in the shop. So that is how the aspect works. Then we also have the stock. You want to enter the stock. This is where you come to enter your stock. And you can see that already, this is the first stock in the system. And you can see that we have paracetamol. And here is the index number, and that is auto-generate. This one is the batch number. This one is the drug name, product code, category, it is tablet, entering date, uses is for headache. Don't mind about the uses, I just try to create something. Then the location of the drug in the shop, maybe cell A, cell B, or whatever, you will need to give to number or give some allocations name to your drug, so that when you are looking for a particular drug, you can easily know where it is being located. Then this particular drug, you can see the manufacturing date is 12 December 2011. Then the expiring date is 12 December 2022. So it means it is level 344 days for the drug to expire. You can see expiring days left. So level 3, 34 days, 44 days for it to expire. This aspect is also the quantity of that particular drug. So you mean that when you look at the price of this drug, one is 50 Ghana cedis. So at the end of when you finish selling this particular drug, you are expected to get 600 Ghana cedis out of the 12 quantities. So if you sell and you finish and you don't get the 600 Ghana cedis, it means that you have lost. Maybe something has happened somewhere. So if I want to delete this record, I can just click on delete. If I don't want to delete, and probably I want to add, I just click on add, and that is all. It's gone. Okay, so if I want to go to previous and click on previous, you can see that previous record has also come, another aspirin, and then you can see the batch number, you can see the product code, you can see the category, another tablet, the entering date, uses, and the cell number. The dosage is also here. Don't mind about the entrance here. I just decided to put some names on it for the sake of the demonstration. So that is how this aspect works. If I want to save this one, I will just click on save and then click on next to add another record. So that is how this particular aspect works. If I want to go to next and click next, there's nothing, aspirin is the last one. So if I go back here, you can see that going back, you can see the drugs. Feature 2 is also here. Maybe you have a salesperson in the shop, and probably the person doesn't know how the drug even looks, and the person doesn't know their uses. So by you having this particular software, having all your stock or your inventories of your product in the shop, it will help the sale boy or sale girl to be able to manage the shop variable well. So you can look at this, you can see that the picture of the drug is over there. And I just tried to get some images. Okay, so don't mind about that. So that is Acadol. And then the product code is also here, the category shop, entering date, and all that. So this particular drug, when you look at the expiring date, the system automatically calculates by deducting today's date from the number of days that are left. You can see that it is 651 days that are left. Okay, so the quantity is 589. So after selling all these drugs, you are supposed to get 29,450 Ghana cedis. So that is what you are supposed to get after you are finished selling Escador in the shop. Okay, so you can see the image there. If I still go to preview, you can see another image. This one is really extra. That is another drug. And the total number of drugs in the shop is 78. And the unit price is 78 Ghana cedis. So after selling all, you're supposed to get 6,084 Ghana cedis. So that is how it is. If I want to save this one, it's saved already. But if I want to click next, it means I want to add a new one. Okay, so that is how the system operates. Now, if I want to upload this particular form, I'll click on this and I'll go to suppliers. Maybe I want to add a supplier name. I can just add a supplier name here. And those who so maybe you can just enter the company of the supplier and the phone number of the supplier. Okay, so you enter the address. So then you add supplier. So if I click on add supplier, it means I'm going to add another one. Okay, so that is how this particular aspect works. Okay, now I want to refresh my system. If I want to delete, I want to delay records. Okay, so I'm going to upload this form and go to the test. Maybe you are selling the drugs and someone comes to buy, the person will pay all, and you need to track out the person's information so that at the end you can trace and make sure the person pay the rest of the money. So this is the debtors form. You enter the debtor name. You enter the date the person is buying the drug. Then you go to the contact number of the person. All right, so then the drug name, maybe the drug name is paracetamol. Okay, so the cost of the drug, you need to enter the cost of the drug at the 10 Ghana cedis. Then you can see that the moment I enter 10 Ghana cedis, it has appeared that the 12 Ghana cedis, it has appeared automatically. So the amount, the person, how much has the person paid? Is it part payment? If the person has paid part, then I clear as part payment. So how much did the person pay? Maybe 10 cedis. Okay, well, let me say 5 cedis. 5 cedis there. Automatically the balance will change. You can see that the person lowered some amount to pay. Okay, so that is how this particular system works. Now, if I want to put the remark, maybe when the person wants to pay, I can put the person will pay on this. Okay, so you save the little record, add another new debtor, and then that is how the system operates. Okay, so if I click here, the system close. I go to reports. This is where you will have access to all your reports. For example, if I go to my invoices. Maybe I've sold out the drugs and I want the invoices, and I click here. It will open all the invoices. You see that I've not sold any drug yet, so that is why the invoice here. It's a continuous report. It will just continue that way for you to print. Maybe you want to print it out for something. Okay, so this is also the expenses report. If you want that of the sales report, stocking report, we go to a stocking report. You can see that the stocking report here, all the stocking that I have done, you can see the index number, the batch number, the drug name, category, entering date, uses, photograph of the drug, and you can also see the location of the drug, and then you can see the dosage, manufacturing date, expiring date. Then you can also see something here like days left to expire. The days are here in red. Their status, you can see if the drug is still active, you see it being active. If it is expired, you see that here it will be expired. Okay, then let's go to quantity. The quantity is also here, prices, and the total amount you're supposed to earn for selling that particular drug. So this is the aspect, and you should take notice of that. Now, if I click here, it will open me to the same form over there. Sorry, I have some errors. Now, here, if you come to suppliers report, if you have some supplier in your system, as you enter the details that will be here, you see I enter some, the supplier aspect, enter some details. You can see that they are at the supplier report aspect. So then the supplier enter, it will be there in that way. Okay. So here is also the supplier's payments. If you want to pay the supplier, you need to come to this particular aspect. Then you open this particular report, and you see the payments you have made. Now here is the category. Okay, so the category aspect is also to tell you that probably I've disabled some of the functionalities. Okay, so that's where I'm getting the errors. Now here is if the drug is a strong, caps all the query will track all those details without the category aspect. So that's the most important aspect of it. Okay, so let's take notice of how the system works. Please, if you have any question, just put it in the comments below. Okay, just leave your comments below. I will try and look at it. Maybe there are some recommendations you have for me to make as you are going through the system. You can let me know about that. Now, do not forget, this system to also give an alert. Like let's say, in the case of some of the drugs has expired or they are finished, the system will give you a pop-up message telling you that you have expired drugs in your system. You need to delete them or to remove them from the shop. So right now, if I go to the stock, you see that all my drugs were active. But if I go to the stock right now and try to change some of the drugs, their manufacturing, their expiring date to probably some years at the back, you will get that pop-up message. Okay, so I will just try that for you to see something right away. So that is how it works. You see that? I have not even finished, but I have that pop-up message right away. Wow, that is very bad. So, wow. Okay, so you can see that notifications. You have expired drugs. Please click the button below to look up your expired drugs. Please remember to delete all your expired drugs, or else I will not allow you to proceed. Obey my instructions. So this is the message you will get if some of your drugs are expired and they are still in the system. The very moment a drug is expired in the system will give you an alert notification that you have expired drugs in the system. And for that matter, you should delete. If you don't delete, this pop-up will keep on coming. Even if you close it, it will still come. Sometimes we do set and restrict people from closing it. If we just be on the screen, you can't do anything. But because of this demonstration, if I don't do that, it will be disturbing. So you can see that I've set it that every 5 seconds, you have to pop up. So you can see that every 5 seconds, it comes. So this is how we set the alert for the pharmacy system, so that when your drugs are expiring, you get an alert. When they are expired, you also get an alert. Okay, so that's how it is. Now, right now, if I go back to my drug status here, I will see all the expired drugs. And you can see that here you can see the drug that is expired. You can see the drug that is expired over there. That is because of this one that the system is giving the alert. So this is where you come to look at your drug status. number, the batch number, the drug name, the category, the entering date, expiring date, days left to expire, and status. So here you can look at all this. It means that this particular drug got expired 386 days ago, and that is where you can see the status over there as expired. But the rest, if you look at their days, they are still 2023, 2022, and for that matter, they are still active. So that is how it works. So when you are getting this pop-up message in the system, you will need to really click on this one. And that is why you open this particular aspect for you, where you make sure that you delay all those things. If not, you can't proceed to do any other thing. Okay, so when you come here, you can see everything clearly. Okay, so that is how it works. Please do not forget to leave your comment below. Subscribe to my channel. You get more innovative and educational tutorials more on this. Of course, I strongly believe that you are learning a lot from this. And if you are interested in this system, please do not hesitate or leave my details in the description below. Or you can also visit my website to purchase this system. It will be loaded into the system. If you need, you can just chat me privately. My WhatsApp number in the description below so that we can have a deal. Okay, so please, the system will really help you a lot because sometimes you do have your drugs in the store and they get expired. You don't even know until someone is looking for them and then you got it to realize that they are expired. Another most important thing about this system is that when your drugs are getting finished, or maybe if there was some packages of the drugs to get finished, you get an alert that your drugs are there with this, and therefore you need to get to refill your stock. If they are also getting expired, you get an alert that some of your drugs are getting expired. Okay, so just as when you go to the status bar, you can just click on the status bar, and this is what you will get. The status, you can easily print out your report and know the drugs are expiring, apart from you waiting for the system to let you. And here you can see all the details are there. The drugs name, their categories, their expiring date, the days left for it to expire, then their status, whether it is expired, it is still active, or whatever. You also see everything here. Okay, so please do not hesitate to leave your comments below. It is because of you that we are doing all this thing so that we can all learn together. Okay, so that is basically how this particular system works. And I strongly believe that if you are interested in the system, you can just chat me privately and get one for your shop. You can probably you don't have a drugstore, but you know someone who has a drugstore, and you can recommend the system to the person, and the person will contact me for to have a do. Okay, so that is basically how the system works, and you can see that everything is moving well. If you look at it perfectly, everything is good. Okay. All right, so this is my notice. Let me remove it there. Yeah, so this is the interface of it. You can see that this guy is still just telling me he doesn't want me to go because of the expired drugs in the system. So I will need to make sure that those expired drugs are removed from the system. If not, the guy will not allow me to proceed. Okay, so that is how it is. You can see the expired drugs. So let me delete it. Okay, let me delete that so that it will lead me to rest. The moment the drug is deleted, it won't come again. Okay, so you can see that that particular pop-up message, a reminder or notification message is not coming again because I have removed the expired drugs in my system. So it will not give me any reminder again. So please, that is basically how the system operates. Now here is also the developer message. If you want to know more about me, probably maybe the system is sold to you and you are using, you have challenges, you can just go to the developer and you will see my details here. Everything is intact. Now, here is also to shut down the system. If you click on this, the system asks you, do you want to close this application? Yes, no. So if you want to close the application, then you click yes. So that is how this particular aspect also works. Here is also the settings. Maybe you want to enter your credentials as your business. So you need to enter the registration number. Most places have the pharmacies, they will normally have a registration number. You enter the manager, you enter your name there, the telephone number, company name, email address, then your personal address, and that will be logo. And when you enter the logo, all your information will fill there. When you come back to the manager page, you see that your details will be here as well. So let's just try that for you to have a look while we come to the end of the tutorial. So if I enter the registration number here, and I put enter manager's name as now I want to enter the phone number. Something the company name. See that you go to the letter. Then I put the email address. Just put something there. Okay, so then I put the say care of something. And here I can put my logo if I have a logo. I need to put a logo here. And then when I collect it, send it to my storage, and I'll need to select the image I want to upload there. So that is how that particular aspect really works. Okay, so this system, as a matter of fact, I must recommend that if you have this system, you don't have a problem. Okay, you don't have a problem at all, because this system is going to provide you all the necessary things that you need to manage your shop. Okay, so now if I upload this my logo here and click on save, then I upload this and go back to the manager's page, you will see that all the credentials will be here. You can see that all those details are entered here at the manager's credentials. The logo is here, the name, everything is here. So that is how it is. If I want to delete this information, I'll go back to the settings, and when I click on delete, you'll say, oh, you are about to delete one record. I click yes, and proceed. If I come back to the manager's page, you see that those informations are no more there. So that is how the system operates. Okay. So please do not hesitate to give me your comments, subscribe to my channel, and also try to contact me if you are interested in the system. We will have a deal at a very cheaper price. Okay. So I really want to use this opportunity to thank you for watching. Continue to be with us, and more videos are yet to be uploaded into our YouTube channel. Thank you, and God bless.